Kobbie Mainoo, people. Kobbie Mainoo. Today we're going to talk all about him. There's been a lot of talk around him recently, a lot of scrutiny, a lot of people unhappy with certain decisions made around his playing time. There's a lot to talk about. So let's just get straight into it. So yes, people, welcome back to LSTV. We are back. We are back again. And we got to talk about Kobbie Mainoo for real. We got to talk about Kobbie because I probably have a different opinion than most people right now on his whole situation. So hear me out first. Hear me out. I don't think that it's that big of a deal that he didn't play in the first game of the season. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I think that he's still a young player and he will get playtime this season. And yes, at the back end of last season, maybe there were games where he, maybe should have played more because obviously he's better than Ugarte and he should be playing more games than Ugarte. So I agree with that point. But I'm not in agreement of the point of, oh, it's over for him at United. Amarin doesn't rate him. He doesn't think he's good. Any system that doesn't fit Kobbie is shit. Like, look, listen, people. At the end of the day, we all support Manchester United, right? I rate Mainoo highly, by the way. He's like my second favorite player at the club. I'm being completely honest. But we all support Manchester United, right? And I've been a victim of this, the player over the club kind of thing. And although I don't think this situation is even that drastic to even be talking about that point, I just have to bring that up. We can't be here getting mad at everything the club does because Mainoo's not playing. Like, Mainoo's quality, by the way. Anybody that says he's not quality and anybody that says that he's not good and not good enough for this and that, you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. He's one of the best midfield talents that we've brought through in a while. And I'm very confident in saying that. But yeah, him not playing is not really that big of a deal in the first game. I think that maybe fans are being a bit reactionary through this because of maybe last season. And I think that the reason maybe he didn't play as much last season or in certain games last season is because of the circumstances around the club, what was going on. The vibes were not vibing. The vibes were not vibing. We had a terrible run of games when Amarin came in. So he still has to, make up for all those mistakes and stuff like that. And so I guess him bringing him into a team like that and playing every single game in games that we're probably going to lose, right? It's just going to make him, it's going to bring more pressure onto him. And I think he maybe is protecting him a little bit. I'm not defending the manager here really in totality because I don't agree with the fact that he brought on Ugarte over Mainoo in the first game to try and win the game, right? If you're trying to win the game, I think that you should have, I said in my video, I said I didn't agree with the subs. I think you should have brought on Mainoo if you want to bring that more attacking impetus into the game, right? So that's fair. But again, the people that are saying that it's over for him, he's going to leave next summer, Amarin doesn't rate him. All right, people, let's get this all the way. Before this season started, Amarin literally came out and said, I like Kobbie. Kobbie is a great player. I want him at my club, and I want him. Like, I have big plans for him. He literally said those things. So, are we just gonna ignore that he said that? Are we just gonna ignore that because of one game in this season, the first game? Like, there's so many opinions going on right now on the Twitter space, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, based off of one game week, and that just gets to me. That shit just makes me angry because it's like, how are all of you saying all of these things about certain players and whatever after one game? I understand maybe a little bit of banter, you know what I'm saying? You want to call Gyökeres Glockers and all that to that Timberland boots man and whatever. Verts his squirt, Florian squirts. That's the best one with it. All those kind of things. I understand it, but you don't have to go and say, oh, the player is not good. Or for example, for Gyökeres, I'm just to defend him a little bit. Oh, the Portuguese league is not good. So because he came in the first game of the Premier League and played 60 minutes and didn't do well, so that means that he's not a good player and he'll not work in this league. Like, opinions like that and things like that it just really blows my blood because it's like, how can you look at a player, look at one, and then after one bad performance, just say, yeah, they're not good. They're not good. And to go back to the Mainoo point, I do believe that he's a victim of this as well because since he's not been playing recently, a lot of people are now saying that he's not that good. He's not that great. When in reality, that's not the case. As I just said, he's a quality player and yes, he should be getting more game time, but I'm not going to panic and say he's not going to play this season. If Mainoo doesn't play in the next 5 games, if Mainoo doesn't start at least one of them or play any of them, then I'll be worried. I'll be like, okay, like, we're playing Burnley, we're playing Fulham, we're playing this and that, and Mainoo's not even getting a sniff. that's when it becomes a problem. But I can't go and say because he didn't come on against Arsenal over Ugarte, that means that he's not going to be at the club next season and he's not going to play games and Amrin doesn't rate him and nobody rates him, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, that's not what's happening. If he goes and plays next game now, the opinion will be, and plays well, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to give two scenarios here. He goes next game now. He goes the next game now. He plays well, right? Then people will say, okay, Amrin, why did you not play him? Fair enough. I'm not even saying that's a wrong opinion. Fair enough, right? Let's say he goes the next game and is on the bench. First of all, if he's on the bench next game, people will freak out and say, yeah, this manager don't rate him. You need to get this manager out of the club. Because there's literally people saying or hoping that Amrin does bad because he didn't play Mainoo in certain games, which is, I understand people not rating him because the last season was horrific. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to just try and say Amrin in and you can't be Amrin out or whatever. If you don't like Amrin, I completely understand. I completely get it. But I think it's too far to just say, yeah, he doesn't rate him. He's not a good manager. Like he's a terrible manager because he doesn't play Mainoo. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. You can't discredit someone's whole work because he doesn't play one player. That happens all out through football. You know what I'm saying? Pep is guilty of not playing certain players. Klopp has been guilty of it. Every manager has been guilty of it, right? But, so as I said, it only becomes a problem if it's a certain amount of games that this is be happening. But the third scenario is, he gets benched again, people freak out, and then he comes off the bench and doesn't do too great. Then this is what will happen. I can predict this. He comes off the bench and doesn't do great, which I don't think he will. It will be, he's really not that good then. Oh, he's really not good. That's why he's not playing. Oh, I understand why he's not playing. It makes so much sense. Like, why is everyone's opinion so reactionary and such a game-by-game basis? Like, you score this game, you're good. If you don't score the next game, you're not good. Then you score the next game, you're good again. Like, that can't be how you look at football. You can't watch a game 90 minutes. Someone makes one mistake, one pass, and boom, now their entire game is bad. Then everything else they do in the entire game doesn't matter. Like, I can use Bader, for example, actually. He was poor for that Arsenal conceding goal, right? But after that, he wasn't bad. He was not bad. And I don't, if you watch the game and could tell me other than that moment, we still need a goalkeeper, by the way. Other than that moment that he was bad, then you didn't watch the game. Because his distribution was good. He did make a couple saves, the little saves that he had to do. And everything else other than that kerfuffle was good or decent, at least. So we can't be looking at one moment or one game or one instance and then just make a whole evaluation or whatever on certain players. Now, in terms of Mainoo, I don't think he's going to leave the club. I don't think that he's even thinking about leaving the club, honestly. I really hope he doesn't leave the club, because if all of what you are saying comes to be true and he really isn't rated and he's going to leave the club, that's just crazy, bro. Like, at that point, then I'm going to be like, all right, yo, like, we got to do something about this, because as people say, Ugarte, he's not great, but he can't be staying at the club over Mainoo. Casemiro can't be staying at the club over Mainoo. It just can't happen. But yeah, what I do think though, the reason why he probably isn't playing as much is because I think he's Bruno's backup, number one. And even if he isn't, I think that he still has parts of his game that he has to improve. And he's young enough to improve these things. Like, you know, y'all are looking at it so short-sighted. Like, he's 20, 19, and it's like he has deficiencies in his game, and y'all are acting like he can't get better in those instances. Like, his career is not done. His career just started. He's not 30 years old and has all these deficiencies and can't get that much better at it. He literally can get better at these kind of things. He can get faster. He can get stronger. He can become a more physical presence. He can do all of these things that are deficiencies in his game. And I would just say, let him develop. Just let him develop. Don't panic about it. I know he's quality, people. I know he is quality. I rate him as highly as everyone that is going to watch this video rates him. But you got to let the man develop, dog. You know, if you sign another midfielder now and he plays over Mainoo, what are y'all going to say at that point? Because if you sign another midfielder now, I'm looking at the bench. Someone's missing out on the team. I'm not saying Mainoo's not missing out on the whole squad, but someone's missing out on the squad. I don't know who it is, but somebody's missing out on the squad every single game week. So some players are not going to play. That's just how it is. That's how a squad works. Mainoo could start against Fulham. He very much well could start against Fulham. You know what I'm saying? Amr literally said he's picking teams based on the game. We have one game a week. So it doesn't really matter about like, oh, we got to play this player today because we have another game in 3 days. That's not the case. We have one game a week. So he can choose a starting 11 game by game basis whilst bringing people off the bench that make everybody feel included. And that's what I think he's trying to do and what he's literally been saying. He literally said it in the last press conference. He wants people, or not press conference, it was news that came out that he wants the bench players to feel that they can make an impact and have that mentality of, I want to make an impact because nobody's locked in the starting 11. And that's what I want. I want that at the club because look at the other clubs that are doing better than us right now. Chelsea, nobody's locked in that starting 11. They have quality everywhere. City, nobody's locked in that starting 11 and they have quality everywhere. Liverpool, other than Salah, nobody's locked in that starting 11 and they have quality everywhere. Even at Arsenal, other than Saka, because Saka's playing every single game. Gyökeres could get benched next game for Havertz. People will be like, oh, he's getting benched because he's not good, whatever. But they have quality everywhere and there's rotations going on. And they don't have one game a week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that big of a deal that Mainoo didn't play against Arsenal, people. I wouldn't panic yet. It's not panic station time. I would give it maybe, as I said, 5 games. We'll see what happens after game week 5. If he's still out of favor and not playing games from that time, that is when I'll be worried. That is when I'll be like, okay, we're into a new season. Scratch last, we're into a new season and you're still not playing him. That's mad. It's a bit mad at that point, right? So yeah, people, I don't know what y'all think about it. Again, of course, let me know what you think down below. And leave a like and subscribe on the video. But yeah, that's just what I think about it, man. I don't think that's really should be that unpopular of an opinion, but it seems like the masses and even reporters are coming out saying that, oh, people are unhappy. You know what the media is doing, right, people? They're playing on what y'all are saying. Everything y'all say online, they're watching, they're seeing it, and then they're gonna bring out a report. Oh, people were unhappy that Ugarte came on over Mainoo. If that didn't happen, that report's not coming. Like if y'all were not like mad about it, that report is not coming out. That people within the club were unhappy. If everyone was just cool with that, the people, you know what I'm saying? Like that might sound stupid, but you know what I'm saying? Like the media plays on what is being said in that moment. That is what happens. Okay, so. Yeah, if y'all didn't know how the media works. So don't get roped into this thing where we have to start being all depressed because Mainoo's not playing and hoping that we lose games and hoping the manager gets sacked so we can play Mainoo and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just mad, bro. Like Amr has to do a lot this season to fully win me over. I don't have full confidence in him yet. I can't after last season. But I'm not going to sit here and hope that he does bad so that one of my favorite players can play. That just wouldn't be wrong. I don't think that would be right. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think that would be right. And again, he will play games. Kobbie Mainoo will play a lot of games in this season. Just to say again, Kobbie Mainoo will play a lot of games this season. Okay? Don't be so short-sighted. But yeah, people, we've also been linked to Agume from Sevilla. I haven't really watched him, I'll be honest. I have him in my career mode, and he's pretty good in the game. I can't even lie. But yeah, so that would be good. We need a midfielder, bro. We still need midfielder depth, and that is from what I've seen, because I've only seen comps. I haven't watched the whole game. I don't like Sevilla. I mean, if Sevilla fans are watching, I'm sorry. I don't like your team. I'm sorry. You got to give me too much trauma, bro. You know, you give Manchester United too much trauma. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think it'll be a decent signing. It's only like 26 million. What can go wrong? You know, Casemiro will probably leave next summer. If Ugarte still plays terrible, he's going to leave next summer. So it'll be space for another midfielder as well after that. And it'll be good rotation with that. You know, maybe we'll see some games with Gome if he comes in, and Mainoo, and then Bruno and whoever else up front and whatever. You know what I'm saying? It will leave for a great balance. But yeah, people. What do y'all think about the signing? I think it'd be decent. Like we just need a midfielder, bro. We still need a midfielder, bro. We need that in there. And if he's 20-something million, just take the gamble. Like we'll get 20 million back for him if he's poor. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that. It's like low risk, potentially high reward, you know, potentially high reward. And if it ends up being that, that's mad. I love that. And usually these French CDMs and French midfielders are usually just really good. They have a good engine, decent technically, good passer from what I've seen, can drive with the ball, can shoot as well. So that's another thing. We need more goals from deep in midfield. I find because Bruno's really the only one trying to do that, and Bruno doesn't really play like a deep midfielder. He still roams up front or whatever. So yeah, I think it would be good to really get him in. But yeah, people, I just want to talk about Mainoo for a little bit. If you guys like the video, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. Don't forget. Well, you can't watch this video and then not subscribe and like it at the same time. It's boop, 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 boop. 1, 2 clicks. Takes 2 seconds. But yeah, people, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.